Welcome to the show, everyone. I'm so excited because it's Wednesday and it's 1 o'clock, and we've had a few Wednesdays without, and I've been missing her, without Lynette ZANG, who is the owner and founder of ZANG Enterprises. It is Wednesday today. I'm excited about having you back here, and I'm back here with you, so I'm excited. I want you to tell everybody first a little bit about yourselves. Of course, we're going to have to repeat a little bit so that people that might be tuning in that haven't heard about you, I want you to tell everybody about you and what you're so passionate about.
Okay, well, I've been doing this on some level my whole life, and I'm 70. But I was a banker, I was a stockbroker, and as a stockbroker, I started studying currencies and currency life cycles. So I've been in the metals industry for like 25 years now, but I am all about community and sound money. What's sound money? Sound money is money that cannot be inflated away by governments or central banks, and that is physical gold as the primary currency metal and silver, physical, as the secondary currency metal. And I am very passionate about getting sound money back in our system.
Well, you've been shouting all over the place,
shouting.
and you do. And because you're educated, you're all about educating people on this, because a lot of people don't understand. And I mean, as I've been learning so much, it's like, please folks, listen up. You have to be diversified. You have to have gold in your portfolio.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the way that you do it, because it's all about the education for you. So you let people start exactly where they are. That's what you've said
Yep,
it many
absolutely.
times. We're going to start where you are, and then we're going to take our baby steps. And I want you to explain that of how you work with people, because it's wonderful. And you also are going to offer something as a special that we're going to offer our listeners. I want you to please tell them what it's like for them when they start off with you.
Well, first of all, you'd be talking to a strategy specialist that has been trained by me, and we've developed a strategy based upon repeatable patterns. So it all starts with a conversation, and we need to understand what your goals are, what your circumstances are. So that's why we say we meet you where you are, and we will be very, very patient wherever you're starting out. We will help you understand, because here is my most favorite question. How many times can you be lied to when you do not know the truth? So I am definitely a truth teller, and I'm also an evidence-based decision maker, which means on all of my work, I'm very prolific on YouTube. We give you all of the links, or at least a bunch of the links, to my research. So you can hold my toes to the fire. And I think that's really important, because, Carol, we missed like one of our favorite things, didn't we?
We did. I have to do it.
Let's play central bank.
Look at it. Out in this room right now, we have what we call fiat money that is flying all over the place. And if you're live on Facebook, which we are right now, so hi to everybody out there. You can actually watch us doing this in here. For people that didn't hear before, because we have to repeat this, fiat money, tell them what it is.
The definition of fiat is by decree. So this is money that has been legalized, and you can see the numbers on these bills, right? So the government says, oh, this is worth $1, and oh, this is worth $100. But people never really stop to ask, well, where does money get its value from? So I think this is an important question, especially if you're talking to, let's say you have a stockbroker or a banker or something like that. Here's the question.
Well, where does it get its value from?
It's a stated value that gets it, that the government, it costs them 9 cents to make this $100 bill. They charge you $100 for it. You have to work how many times? 100 times harder. And do we not know that inflation intentionally erodes your purchasing power value? And you know that, because when you go to the store, or you need some insurance or a college education, or take your pick, it takes more and more of these dollars to buy the same goods and services. And I want to tell you, that hasn't always been true in history, and it is not necessary. Inflation is not a monetary phenomenon. It is a fiat money phenomenon, Because when they were creating this system, they knew two key things. They knew other things too, but two key things. Number one, they knew that not one man in a million understands inflation. So
That's
the
true.
government can tax you pretty much invisibly, because you just complain about the inflation. But I'm old enough to remember when that was actually a dirty word. Now they don't want you to think of it. And they also know that people marry the legal money of the state. So it's almost impossible for people to think that the dollar could go away.
Well, I also think that I know you've said this before too, they prep us
Oh,
to
totally.
get used to it, and then by the time it comes along and it's in fruition, we're already sort of used to it. We don't like it, but we
don't even
we haven't
know.
We
Do
don't
you
even have
know-
a choice.
Well, we do have a choice, and I'm really demanding that we take this choice back, because what I told you when I walked through the door that we need to talk about today,
Yes.
and people don't know this, it's amazing to me, but of course it's what I pay attention to. Through the Genius Act that the president signed into law last week, they actually automatically just shifted the US money into what's called stable coins.
Okay.
Right?
What is that?
So what is that? That is a full surveillance currency that is programmable. It's digital programmable money. So we don't want those CBDCs because we don't want the Federal Reserve to do it, but the stable coins are issued by corporations. And by the way, the Federal Reserve is also a corporation. But what just happened is putting us in a position to deal with hyperinflation. Because the cheaper and easier it is to create money, fiat money, the more fiat money that gets created. So officially, and the Federal Reserve Education Department is my absolute favorite website, FRED, everybody can go on there, and you look at the purchasing power of the consumer dollar. Just put that in the search bar, and then put your birthday in there, and you will be able to see how much our government and central banks have robbed us of our purchasing power since the day you were born. And it's eye-opening.
Well, what you want people to do is take control
Mm-hmm,
of your finances by also having gold, physical gold that you hold, because if you don't hold it, you don't own it.
Exactly. You're a good student.
I'm learning. Takes me a few Wednesdays, but I'm getting it.
That's good. It takes the normal person at least 7 times hearing the same thing
Yeah.
before it even begins making sense.
Well, what I love is that she does do these, there's a consultation with a professional strategic person that's gonna help you with
Absolutely.
understanding what you're gonna do. And what she wants you to do is call them direct at 480-376-7456. And what they're offering is when you purchase even if it's only one, that is your minimum is
Yep.
one silver
Mhm.
round, you're gonna earn a ZANG silver round, which is a $40 value.
Mhm.
And so they want you to call, they want to educate you.
Mhm.
Call them again, it's 480-376-7456. I also want you to understand that Lynette, she speaks every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Arizona time.
Mhm.
That's a live stream that's done on YouTube. She's there all the time. It's an open forum, and she would love for you to check her out next week with that. But give them a call. You're going to absolutely love it that you did. It's 480-376-7456. Hang tight, Rudy. Back in just a minute. So since we're still live in the room, we're going to continue talking.
Absolutely.
And I hope I'm getting to everything that you want so far. I really think that when you talk about the money, the only thing that comes up in my mind is that they'll say, well, I can get it on Amazon, right? I can,
Yeah.
right, because
And you can get it on, you can get
how
gold
do you
and
know
silver.
what that is though, when you buy it? Right?
Yeah, and Amazon, all they're doing is they sell a good, right? What we wanna do is make sure that you understand what money is, because our real battle is getting sound money as part of the system again, because that's when the public has its power. When we were on a gold standard, if I didn't like what the government or the central bank was doing, I would simply walk into the bank with the $20 gold certificate and pull the gold out of the system. And that created restrictions around what governments could do. And so the government didn't like that.
Right.
They want all the
They
control.
want the power, okay.
So they took that away from us in 33, and then in 71, they took it away from the rest of the world, the ability to convert dollars into gold.
And it seems like it just gets worse and worse.
Mhm,
And I don't know
mhm.
how we allow it, I say we allow it, right?
Well, did you know that the whole monetary system were changed last week?
No, well, actually, I wanted to tell you, I did see you on Instagram, and I think I heard, said, something was wrong, or something like that. I don't remember what it was that I
Screaming this from
saw.
the top of my lungs, from the top of every building, because people need to know.
So what will it do? What is all of this
Okay.
going to do to us?
What this is going to do to us is actually enslave us. But first, before because we already are, I mean, we're debt slaves, right? And dollars are legally debt. Look, you're looking at this dollar, and it says right here, Federal Reserve note, right? Well, a note is a debt instrument. So we work for and try and save debt that constantly loses value. Why are we agreeing to that? Because we didn't know. That's why. And so they just shifted this monetary. I can't even begin to tell you what a big deal this is. Because what this is going to do is these corporations, like Amazon, like Walmart, like JP Morgan Chase, right? They are all now rushing to issue stable, quote unquote, stable coins. And you always have to be careful of how things are named, because quite honestly, it's just the opposite. But these stable coins are about creating another artificial market for dollars, because they are backed by dollars.
So welcome back, everyone. You know, I can't help but sit here and watch you talk and listen to you. I mean, I could listen to you all day long, and
Oh,
I'm
thank
very
you.
serious about this. And the reason why is because, you know, maybe because I'm older now, and I'm obviously very concerned about our dollars, my dollars. I have to be my own financial advisor, and I think that more and more people have to listen up, and they have to hear, when they listen to these things, don't just close your ears to this. This is so
Question
important. And exactly.
Mhm.
And not only that, call and have those consultations so that they want to help you. They want to help you understand, and also to take control of your own finances by having physical gold, physical where you hold it. That's very important. Go
It's
ahead.
critically important.
Sound money.
It's sound money that cannot be inflated away. That's why it is sound money. Why can't it be inflated away? Because it is used in every single sector of the global economy. So it has the broadest base of demand and the broadest base of buyer. This isn't rocket science, this is supply and demand. Whereas you're looking at dollars or stable coins or Bitcoin or in these cryptocurrencies, they're used in one place. What's the value of that, right? I mean, why is Bitcoin worth $120,000 a coin? I saw it, well, I didn't see it quite come out, but I've been watching it since it was $7 a coin, right? It's a trading instrument. It's an instrument that is used to get you suckered in. And this is how they do it. They know how to do it.
I'm going to talk about Uncle Al.
Please, I love him.
Okay. And when you were younger, you were there, and he had a safe. And two safes. And they were filled to the brim. He said, I want you to come and see something. And you went in the back, and he showed you, he opened up these safes, and they were filled to the brim with silver and gold coins. And he said, I said coins.
Actually, no silver.
Okay, at the time, okay.
Just gold.
Just
and
gold.
they were coins, and they were pre-1933 coins.
Okay, that's another thing that's very important too, that to understand that. And that he said to you that Aunt Bertie was, if anything happened to him, Aunt Bertie's gonna be set for the rest of her life.
Exactly,
Right.
because of what's in these safes. Now, I was 10 at that time. I was with my parents, right? And I turned around and looked. But the reason why that's so significant, that would have been 1964 when that happened. And it was illegal to hold more than 5 ounces of gold. But he was holding over at least 3,000 ounces, if not more, legally, and the kind of gold that he could use in the normal marketplace. And for me, that's critical because I'm executing a strategy.
Right, and that is with tell them what it is, the coins.
The pre-1933 U.S. coins,
Right.
because those were actually our money. Those were actually used in circulation, right? People don't realize that we had both gold and silver was our money.
That's what they use. You walked around with a pouch that had the money in it, right? Now you don't even have it in your wallet. You don't even carry the actual dollars anymore because what are we using? Plastic.
And we're actually your phone.
Your phone.
Right? Now that is even shifting.
It's all
You
in your
don't
phone.
even do that.
Right.
But that's how they make the transitions. So it started out with the gold coin for those that are on Facebook and can see it. And then it went to a $20 gold certificate. Right? So, okay, well, you could walk in with this and walk out with that. Okay, that's fine. That's a lot more convenient. It's always sold as convenience. And at the same time, they brought up just regular $20 Federal Reserve notes. Here's a Federal Reserve note. Now, Carol, you're looking at this. Can you see how much these look alike?
Very much so.
Right? So I'll put it up for those that are, and you can go and watch it later as well. But 20 years, all 3 of these were used in circulation at the stated value of $20. And so then when they took these 2 away in 33, well, heck, they were already used to using this for 20 years, so nothing had changed. When everything had changed, we gave up our power. Because what do you do to control your government? What are you gonna do, vote? Well, wait a minute, there's the Electoral College. I mean, that's garbage. It doesn't really do it. This way you vote with your purse.
I think most importantly is to become educated.
Yes.
And
Yes.
again, I'm going to stress that you go, please see her on every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Arizona time. You could see her on YouTube, and she has an open forum there where people can call in. It's live, and you can ask questions. She would also like you to call them direct so that you can have it's a free consultation with a strategist that will help you understand as well. And when you do that, and when you purchase, and the minimum is 1 silver round, I'm sorry, I said silver, gold round.
No, it's a silver.
That was a silver.
It's
I'm
not
sorry, getting a little
right.
bit mistake.
A silver, because we believe, it's about $40, right?
Okay, yeah.
And we believe so strongly that everybody needs to own gold and silver. We've made our minimums really low. But I also want people to understand, because you may already be sitting on some gold and silver, since in any form it is monetary at its base. So it could be a jewelry form, it could be, I have some sterling silver chopsticks, right? Aunt Bessie's flatware.
After you came on, I was going through all my silver and seeing what was and what wasn't just before my surgery, just in case, for my girls.
Right.
And I put it all where I know where it is now of what might be good and what might not be. But yeah, absolutely. Because you know what? A lot of people, you don't know. You don't know what you don't know.
Exactly.
And so if you call them direct, and if you do work with them, they're going to offer you when you buy one, they're giving you this extra ZANG silver round. That's a $40 value along with it. So the number to call is 480-376-7456. You can check her out at LynetteZang.com. ZANG.com. You could check her out there too. Also on Instagram and everywhere. She's
Everywhere.
really trying to get the word out for all of you, all of us who are not educated. We don't know. And you have to hear it, you have to listen, and you have to be open. You also have to think outside of the box.
Here's one of my favorite sayings. When a well-packaged web of lies has been sold gradually to the masses over time, the truth will seem outrageous and the speaker a raving lunatic. But it doesn't change the truth now, does it? And so, at the absolute minimum, even if you don't want to call, please do yourself a favor. We do publish every single day, 7 days a week. We have more information going out there, and we try and do it so even if you come to the live on Tuesday, no questions are off limits. Even if you're a little snarky, right? Just ask your questions. Even if you totally disagree, we are a community there. We are all there to learn and help each other.
I personally don't understand how anyone could disagree when it makes, I'm sorry, I only have a couple of minutes here, so I'm gonna just ask you that as the last one. It makes so much sense to be covered, to
Right.
cover your you-know-what, right? Why is it that people just fight on this so much?
Because they've been trained away from it for so long. That's why going on the Fred and putting your birth date in and watching how much the government has stolen from you, because that's what it is, it's theft. They take your time. What else do you really have to sell, right? It's just your time and your skill sets and all of that. And when you stop and think that the average family of four could live with one paycheck at $10,500 in 1971, and now the average wage is like 68,000 a year. It takes two wage earners, your paycheck to paycheck. That's because the dollar has no value, because it costs them nothing to create.
In my opinion, folks, when you're sitting here listening to this, be open-minded and stop shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah.
Because you really are, and I think again, have a little bit. What does it matter? It makes us mistakes. Right?
Boo-hoo! I mean, goodness gracious, when you buy jewelry, do you want costume jewelry or do you want gold? If you have a choice. So, do you want fake money, which is what this fiat money is? I don't care where you are in the world. Or do you want real money?
Yes.
I want real money.
Personally, I do too, and I think that most people would agree. Again, please check her out on her website. It's LynetteZang.com. Check her out on Tuesdays at it's YouTube. That's a live forum for you to ask any question, even if you don't agree. She's saying, let's hear what you have to say. Believe me, I know what her answers are going to be. Now, that she also would like you to call them direct and set up a consultation. It's free. Have that education done by a strategist. It's 480-376-7456, and buy yourself some gold, because if you don't hold it, you don't own it.
Right.